Welcome. We're on the sideline here. Your host, Jeff Holden. We're here game day 940 in the flesh. Nolan Clark.
Howdy, howdy.
And Coach Evan Hearn.
We're here, baby.
We are here. It's finally time to get this thing started. Man, we've had a heck of a time putting a lot of money and effort into this, and we are finally here to get going. I'm excited about it. I know you guys are excited about it. Unfortunately, Big O is off today. He is not feeling well, and we are not okay with getting sick.
No.
Coach J is also out. Something you will learn is that our kids are first and families first. So he's out with his son's last basketball game of the season, and then we'll be at full force hopefully next week. So first thing I want to start off is I want to thank our sponsors, because we know without them we wouldn't be here. We have Kim Roark, who is part of our day one package. She also has kindly let us borrow her studio space here. We have our good buddy Sean Peterman, who built this table for us. I know you guys have seen the table. It's amazing. He did a really good job, and I can't thank him enough. I mean, it really just puts us on the map. It's the best podcast table I think I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. And heavy, too.
It's heavy.
It was heavy getting it up.
It's better than Joe Rogan's. All right. Anyways, also we have Bob Belcher with Duck Creek Disposal. Matthew McMahon, sorry, I'll get better with these, with Allegiance Electric and Controls. Candace Freeman Paving LLC. Kristen Howard at Yogurt Journey. AJ Garcia at Assured Roofing and Construction. Also, we got a few donations, one from my buddy Chris Hibbs and Jason Shaw. So let's just jump right into it. I mean, sorry, you guys are going to have to just get used to us moving around and just trying to be comfortable, because this is our first. We didn't even do a test. Yeah. So we're just going straight out. We're going straight out. We're going straight for it. Sorry. We'll just go around the room. We'll start with you, Nolan. If you want to just kind of introduce yourself.
Sure.
Let the people know what you're all about and what you've been doing.
Yeah, so name's Nolan Clark. I'm the face behind 940 Game Day that's been kind of doing all that. I graduated from Owl Park in 2019, so go Hawks, kind of have a tie-in with the school there. Nothing much else to me. That's about it.
What do you do?
Oh, yes. Full-time, I'm a firefighter. That's what I do outside of this when I'm not at games or posting all over social media, so keeps me busy there.
Yeah, and you guys know how fast he is at getting those scores and stuff out. I mean, it's crazy. I don't even have to I don't use the internet. I don't do anything. I just go straight to 940 Game Day on Facebook.
He does a real good job.
Shout out to the coaches. I bug them all the time for scores and stats, so they're the real heroes behind the scene getting those in, so.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. So we are a 5-man crew on a 4-man setup. So the math doesn't always add up, but don't think too hard into it. Mm-hmm. All right, so now we have the coach, or Coach Evan Hearn. I'll do a better job at that.
That's me.
Yeah.
So Evan Hearn from Plainview, Texas. A lot of people don't know where that is. Been between Lubbock and Amarillo, small town. Came to Wichita. I'm a Raider. Notice the hat. Thank you very much. Former ball player. Me and my significant other, Chelsea, have 4 kids. Tay, she's a junior basketball player, discus thrower. Have twins, Jordan and Jackson, 4th graders. And have our youngest, his name is Jensen. He's a 3rd grader. So that's kind of how I got linked in with you, was our kids playing ball together. And
yes, sir.
Proud to be a part of this and your vision, your plan. So I'm ready to get this thing rolling. It's been in the works for a long time for you, and glad to be a part.
Yes, sir. Well, welcome. I'll introduce myself. My name is Jeff Holden, obviously. The guy behind Sideline Sports 940, the guy with the camera. that your kids want me to take pictures and videos of. I do not do pictures. I just do video. So, yeah, note that. I graduated from Burke Burnett, Texas. As you can see, the hat. I do a lot of Burke stuff, a lot of their sports. I married my high school sweetheart from high school, and we're still together, surprisingly at times, but we are. We have 2 kids. Grace is on the Burke varsity basketball team. She does a lot of the other sports too, but right now she's on basketball. And then we have Silas, who's a 4th grader. Also, play sports with Evan's kids. And, yeah, that's how we got together. And it's crazy how sometimes you meet up with different things and do different things, but it all happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, I mean, the next thing we want to talk about is the biggest thing that a lot of people are wanting to know about is how we work our ranking system, So, I mean, right off the bat, I mean,
I'll just say this: people don't understand. Even us, we argue a lot. There's not an agreement till at the end. Okay, all right, we'll agree to disagree a lot of times, but like I said, even us, it's just an argument. So I know you fans are arguing about why is this kid ranked above this kid, but trust me, this crew of 5 is it's hard to get everybody on the same point, same plane, but in the end, we get it done. So, but it takes a lot, and we're in this.
Yeah, we're lucky if we've got 4 out of 5, but most of the time we're going with 3 out of 5 just to get them out, And I'm not kidding. You can ask my wife. We spend hours texting back and forth, especially at like Sunday morning, 10 a.m. when we're trying to get them out at 11.
It's
like
all
that
day.
the whole time. So we will try to do a better job amongst ourselves. But yeah, the rankings really are a mixture of things. We like to say head-to-head takes the biggest, holds the most weight.
Precedent, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a head-to-head matchup, there's not much more that you can say about which the better team is when it comes to who wins the game, So that carries the most weight. Also, our rankings are from week to week. A lot of people may not realize that, and sometimes we even don't realize that when we're arguing. But we're trying to – it's not oh, this team really beat this team by a bunch this week, so they need to be at the top. It's based off previous weeks, but it's also week to week, if that makes sense. Like teams' wins and losses, when you play like teams, we have one district where we cover every single team. So that makes it kind of easy for those teams. And then trying to differentiate the wins and losses from bigger schools versus littler schools, the smaller schools is difficult. I mean, we argue about that all the time. I mean, Nolan, what do you think about how do you think the rating should be for, say, 5A Rider versus 1A Herald?
I don't think you can really put a finger on it, It's just kind of best judgment. I mean, these rankings are kind of like the college football playoff rankings. I mean, you can't please everybody, and you can always shuffle around everywhere. But kind of like you said, it's week to week, man. You just, in my opinion, you show up, put out results, and it takes care of itself. So, I mean, that's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah. I mean,
No, I agree. We have maybe in our 4A district, between Berg, Hershey, all those teams they get to play against each other. Ryder obviously being the 5A team, and there's a couple of 3As and 2As, but we're not going to please everybody. 940 is a lot of coverage, and you got a lot of teams in different classifications. So, like you said, there's a lot of weight that gets put into it, and a lot of thought process, a lot of arguing, as I said before. But it's hard to please everybody. Like Nolan said, it's a college football playoff, and we try to do it weekly to where what you did last week matters. What you do the current week matters too. And so, you might have beat that team 3 weeks ago, but if they come back and they beat you this week, well, they're going to be ahead of you because, it's what have you done for me lately?
Yeah. And then also, we take into consideration like bad losses.
Yes.
Like for example, I think last week Vernon lost to Bowie, right? I mean, Vernon was coming off multiple
Team of the week.
team of the week, like a 4-game win streak, something crazy like that. I mean, they were playing really good basketball, and then boom.
Yep.
And that's nothing against Bowie. Let's make that clear. I mean, honesty is the key here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be honest. That's one thing that this podcast is based off of, is honesty. We want to be honest with coaches, parents, kids, any of our guests that come on, anything. I mean, we're going to be honest because I think that's what it all based off of. I mean, it's
one thing that doesn't lie is their win-loss record. I can tell you how good I am or how great we are, but at the end of the day, they keep score for a reason. And so, like you said, no, we're not throwing any shots at people. We want success for everybody, and that's why this platform was made, is because we want to get the word out. We want teams who may not have had a good season to, when they have that opportunity to beat somebody else, or when they do it, like they are known too. We're not just covering just the teams who are undefeated, or we're going to cover everybody. This is about the 940. We're on the sideline. We want everybody involved, and so at the end of the day, they keep score for a reason. The wins and loss, they matter, but we're going to be brutally honest, and hope you tune in.
Yeah, and I want to point out the main thing is that at the end, whenever we feel like we have all the rankings down, we go over them almost again. Mm-hmm. And the final factor, the final, statement, or the final reason that we go with something is because we all agree on it.
Yes.
At the end. And it may take a while. Sometimes it takes a while to get one or two of us to change not necessarily change our mind, but to kind of agree to disagree, like Coach Hearn said earlier. We don't please everybody. We can even please ourselves sometimes,
right.
So it is what it is. I mean, that's our team rankings. We'll jump to individual rankings. It's kind of very similar. It's also week to week, head-to-head matchups take a big toll. If our big matchup the other week was we had Keaton Bristow from Holiday playing William Jordan II from City View, and one of them outplayed the other. I mean, we all know that. Like you said, numbers don't lie, stats don't lie, scores don't lie. So, I mean, obviously there would be no reason why one's above the other.
For sure.
So that's kind of easy to clear, and that's kind of why that takes the most weight into it. But a few other things that we do like is the importance to your team. I mean, we've got some flack over Skylar Smith and Nocona being ranked so low. And quite frankly, I don't like it. I mean, none of us like it. But if you take Skylar Smith off of Nocona, are they still winning ball games?
Well, who's our number one?
Yeah. I mean, they're still going to win ball games. You got Megan Meekins up there,
Yes.
and vice versa. You take Megan off, Nocona's still going to be playing and winning ball games because it's Skylar Smith. I mean, they're a 1-2 combo. And they're great. I mean, I enjoy watching both of them play, but that's that part right there, the importance to the team and kind of like the MVP to the team, because we also have Taylor Fields from Burke, who, I mean, if you take her away, she might be the most valuable player to her team just because of what she can do. And I mean, you take her away and we have a lot of holes to fill, and then, but I mean, again, I feel like I'm just like nagging on different stuff and just talking trash about people, but I'm not. I mean, we're just being honest, and that's the most important thing. We want to be honest, and we want to make sure that everybody knows that
for sure
we're here to talk sports, and we're here to bring the truth. So, individual performance, when you have bad games against bad teams, all those things take consideration. And then ultimately at the end, we want to agree on it. I mean, we agree on everything that we do. So
And I think, same thing with player rankings, just consistency. Is this player being consistent? Keaton Bristow's been our number one boy ranked player. He's went out and did his job week in and week out. And, our number two player has been Caden Reed, where he does not get to play the competition around here as far as classification-wise, but week in and week out, he's been as consistent, whatever you see, you're going to get with him, he's going to be a double-double or, he's going to be high point, close to being a double-double, and he's just consistent. And it's hard to beat a consistent player. We want to find that guy who keeps trending versus the up and down waves of a good game on Tuesday and a bad game on Friday. Yeah, you can bring it on one game, but how consistent are you throughout the season? And that goes back to being valuable too. Can your team count on you throughout the week? And so, like you said, that weighs a lot in what we're doing.
Also, Nolan, I'll let you touch on the performance you have, and I have note here as the difficulty of opponents. So, give us a rundown of what that is. I mean,
obviously, the one that sticks out to me is Ryder's record to me is deceiving. They're in a tough district, and I think some people kind of look at those vague numbers, Ryder's a sub 500 team, but they're playing really good competition, and some of this, Caden Reed, just like y'all said, he put up 17 or 20 the other night against Alito. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's just kind of that consistency against great opponents. Everybody knows who Alito is, so just factors like that, they go into it.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, and on the flip side, we have, certain players putting up crazy numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the craziest stat that sticks out to you, Coach?
Oh man, it was one out there, just steals. I think we had a player with double-digit steals, and that's hard to do. So and I'm not knocking that player because that's great defensively, but once we talked, like I said, we talked about who you're playing against weighs and matters. And so, hats off, just doing your job pretty much. But, that was one that stuck out to me where I was like, wow, that got to be almost a Texas high school record, as many steals as there was in that game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's something that we argue about all the time. We have players that are up there in the rankings or even down in the rankings, but it's because the level of difficulty in their opponents. I mean, if you take Kylie Marks and put her on Ryder, and she's playing Alito Tuesday, I mean, I don't think she's getting 15 steals.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not taking anything away from Toots because she's amazing.
Great player.
I've coached her. She's a great girl, and she's an amazing basketball player. But that's a situation that we got to kind of maintain and to weigh differently when it comes to player rankings because of their opponent. And I mean, I talked to Harold's coach, and she said those opponents, she agrees they're too weak for their team. She had a hard time getting some of these bigger schools to agree to play her because of, it's a 1A. They're talking about a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
We go and beat a 1A. We're supposed to beat a 1A.
Yeah.
If we go lose against a 1A, crap. Now we're in trouble. But Harold is for real.
They are.
I mean, Harold is the real deal. We argue about them all the time because it's just it's hard. It's hard to rate them against
their competition.
Holiday or against a Nocona. Because and Nocona's kind of a weird situation because they're only 2A, but we all know where they're at. They're beating 4A teams.
And some of these teams we may not, the Noconas, even Winthorst. I know Winthorst and Nocona play each other, but Harold and some of these teams, we may not see who they truly are until the playoff season starts. and yes, you play who is on your schedule, and, you may not have any precedent over there, especially when district starts, but, we may not find out who these guys really are until the postseason starts and how far you can go. And then it's, you're playing the best of the best then. There's not too many of those teams who don't get in, so.
Yeah, and I mean Harold's doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing.
And we don't want to knock them at all.
No, yeah. I mean they're and there's a reason, they're up there even with the difficulty of their opponents. Yeah. I mean
because they got three.
They got three. I mean four. Four girls that could start on any team in our whole area, in the whole 940
through 5, 6, 8. Yeah, for
so
sure.
I mean, we're not knocking them by any means. It's just, that's one thing. When it comes to difficulty of opponents and their level and all that, like that we do weigh in. It is factored in. But overall, I feel like we do a pretty good job with our rankings. Yeah. I mean, we created them to create a buzz, right? And I don't know about you guys, but every Sunday at 11 when we drop them, I'm getting text messages. I'm getting, messages on all the social platforms like, well, why this? And then, I even get people who want to know how the rankings work, and then when I try to explain to them, they say, "Oh, well, then this should be this," and it's like, man, these are our rankings. They're ours.
Yeah, I mean,
anybody can put out rankings.
I like to maybe compare us to, like Nolan said, the playoff committee. Everybody was mad when Alabama got in. It's just one of them things where we are not going to make everybody happy. Somebody somewhere is going to get mad because my son or my son or daughter's team, they should be higher, or he or she should be higher. But what it does is create a buzz, and it keeps you locked in and keeps you waiting till next Sunday. And, okay, where are we at now? Where's my team at now? Where am I at as a player? Where's my son or daughter at? So the point we're trying to get across is, once again, bringing notoriety. And, this is all for kids and helping kids. And so we're doing that, creating a buzz, and we're just trying to help out. Yeah,
I mean, I feel like we're just getting started too. That's the crazy thing. I mean, we're coming up with ideas daily. Well, you should see the text message count in our group is probably at 150 every hour.
Don't let me come back from practice or a game. My phone is blown up.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm probably the main guy. Because I'm trying to get everything going. For sure. But it's crazy. But I enjoy it. I love it. The one thing I do, I'll be honest, because honesty is the key, right? We're honest on the sideline here. Is we spend a lot of time away from our families, especially recently, and as much as we enjoy doing this, we are family first. Mm-hmm. So if you reach out to us and kind of expect us to do this or do that, we're gonna focus on family first, and then go from there. So I'm glad that this is getting going. We're picking up speed, but we do need to make sure that everybody's getting plenty of family time, including myself. So we're gonna be, hopefully, I keep telling my wife it's okay. We're just busy right now. We're gonna get better, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Sorry, babe. All right, so right now we're going to actually take a break. We're going to get a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with you. The realtor we trust is Kim Roark, given to others with love. Kim was raised in this community and has been selflessly serving for over 20 years. Kim encourages everyone to thrive in their purpose. Kim is part of the Homes for Heroes program, where she gives back a portion of her commissions from each closing to all military, firefighters, law enforcement, healthcare, and educators who use her services. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Kim is the realtor for you. Go check out the website at homesforheroes.com. Since starting from scratch in 2020 by longtime resident of Clay County, Bob Belcher, Duck Creek Disposal has quickly become one of the most trusted waste disposal service and dumpster rental companies serving the 940 community and the surrounding areas. Local to the core, they take immense pride in being a part of the Wichita Falls community. Duck Creek Disposal's deep roots mean that every customer is treated like a neighbor. Their promise is to guarantee the best customer experience in the area, and they live by it. Whether you're a homeowner, contractor, or business, they've tailored their services to suit varied requirements. Bob's hands-on approach and belief in personal connection means that when you call Duck Creek Disposal, you're experiencing a standard of service that Bob himself envisioned. You talk to real people, not a machine. Go give Bob a call at 940-257-5660. Serving the 940 community for 12 years, Allegiance Electric and Controls is the trusted go-to for commercial and industrial electrical solutions. Contact them for reliable, tailored services to keep your operations running smoothly. Please call or visit their website at aecllc.com. For all your paving and concrete needs, we trust Freeman Paving, LLC. Located in Vernon, Texas, Freeman Paving is our recommended business for concrete, paving, and dirt work. They have over 20 years of experience working right here in our community. Next time you need any concrete work, give them a call, 940-552-9496. If you're looking to treat yourself to a delicious dessert, then Yogurt Journey is the place to be. Yogurt Journey offers 12 delicious flavors of frozen yogurt with over 60 topping options. If you want something warm instead, stop by to enjoy an amazing funnel cake, fried Oreos, fried brownies, or fried candy. Yogurt Journey also offers frozen yogurt rolls, waffle frozen yogurt rolls, and smoothies. If you need a cake for your next celebration, Yojo provides custom frozen yogurt cakes. Yogurt Journey is located on Kemp Street across from Barwise Middle School and is open daily from 12 to 9 p.m. For all your roofing-related needs, we choose Assured Roofing and Construction. At Assured Roofing and Construction, their hard work is based off honesty, loyalty, and integrity, ensuring that every customer gets what they deserve and is happy and stress-free throughout the entire process. When any storm damage occurs to your roof, gutters, fencing, or siding, Assured will have you covered and help you from the initial free inspection to filing your claim, meeting with adjusters, and getting your damaged property fixed properly. Give AJ a call at 940-782-1194. All right, we're back. What a lengthy break, right?
About to need it.
So let's talk about the team rankings. I mean, we'll go over team rankings and player rankings. I mean, we'll see maybe who came up this last week, who dropped out, if there's any big changes. What I have is Holiday. All right, we'll start with boys.
Okay.
All right, Holiday boys at the top. I don't know that anybody will ever take that spot.
Yeah.
They've beat everybody, I think, almost through the whole. Are they through the first round of district yet?
Yeah.
One more game.
They play Bowie Tuesday night or tomorrow night, Friday night, and then that will be one round through.
Okay. And that's another thing. We're not taking a loss to Holiday as too much weight because everybody's going to take a loss to Holiday. I mean, they're playing good. They're just so dang
good,
athletic and long. You know, they have length, athletic ability. They're well coached. And when you have that one stud that just can do it, you know. But I mean, as much as we like Keaton, I really like Grant Cox. Dude, the guy's a walking double-double every game. Every week he's got a double-double. At least one, maybe two, if they play 2 games.
They have a dude in Keaton Bristow, but that is a team.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's the captain of the ship, but they got, like you said, 3-4 guys who, even without a Keaton Bristow, would probably have Holiday up at the top in their district because they're going to be a tough out. You know, obviously Bristow's the one who makes the engine go, but the rest of those guys being able to, double guys, Keaton, the man-to-man, boxing one that he has to face, you know, game in and game out. And he does a good job of distributing, you know. He's not a selfish basketball player. He does what he does for his team. And those guys, he puts his teammates in, gives them chances, and they deliver. And that's what's going to make them a tough out in their region and in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean, so we all agree Holiday's up there. Burke is coming off Tuesday. They beat Old Eye pretty badly. That game started really slow.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for the first quarter. It was ugly in the first quarter. But they did pull it out. And we had Old Eye right there at number 3, which obviously subsequently, is that the word?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good to me.
Will be dropping.
Yeah.
City View, number 4. They beat Iowa Park, which Iowa Park's not a bad little team. I mean, me growing up, we always owned basketball at Burke. Yeah. I mean, that was the thing. Basketball was our sport. Football, not so much. Baseball, not so much. Basketball was our sport. It still is. We're known for basketball. Iowa Park was always really bad. I mean, I'm not poking at Iowa Park, but I'm saying the last few years they've really come around and they've surprised me. Just watching them a little bit here and there. They got great athletes. You know, Parker Allen over there leading the way, I'm pretty sure. He was their quarterback. So he's a good kid, fun to watch. What do you have about Iowa Park? I mean, you
I will get to go watch them for the first time tomorrow night. But like you said, Parker Allen's the biggest name. He was their quarterback, linebacker. He was very skilled. And then a name I saw pop out this last week was Austin Stokes. He led the team. I'm pretty sure I know he led Tuesday night for the Hawks, and I'm pretty sure he led against City View as well for them. So those are two names I know off the top of my head on the boys' side for Iowa Park.
Yeah.
So.
And then we'll touch on the girls, but they got a good player too. They got a few good players, but obviously one of the top.
Yeah.
We got Hershey at number 5. I've not really heard a lot about Hershey. I mean, they've been off for a couple weeks, or it feels like.
Yeah.
I know they played one game. Did they play yesterday or Tuesday?
No, they were off Tuesday.
Off Tuesday,
Yes.
so they got a game tomorrow.
Yes.
Which is one of our games that we're really wanting to look forward to, which is Hershey versus Gainesville. Gainesville's at the top right now, 2-0.
Wow.
Hershey is I believe 1-0. I can't remember.
Yes, 1-0.
Sorry, we're gonna have a stat checker. So, does anybody want to be a stat checker? Like
I need it.
Hershey is
Give me the
1-0 as of according to my numbers right now.
I don't want you to be the stat checker. We need our own dedicated stat checker who loves sports. Apply within. I mean, apply. Yeah, we'll get you if you want to do it.
I just got to be a little faster with it.
Anyways, yeah, so that's going to be our matchup that we really look forward to tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And yeah, I don't know. Do we want to make a prediction on it? Gainesville, I haven't seen Gainesville play. It's been a while since I've seen Hershey play.
Hershey played.
Who did Hershey beat?
Hershey
Sanger?
beat Sanger. I don't remember the score.
And Gainesville barely beat Sanger.
Gainesville barely beat Sanger, and
I'm going to predict a Hershey win. Just because well, first of all, Hershey's in our coverage area. I mean, I know Sanger's probably in 9402 maybe.
Yeah.
But
so far away.
I'm going for Hershey. I want them to win, which makes the matchup with Burke even more exciting.
If they win, that makes that a
Absolutely.
juicy matchup.
Yeah.
Isn't that this following Tuesday coming up?
I think so.
Yeah.
So I'm predicting a Hershey win over Sanger by 7 points. What do you think?
I'll take it. Coach Law has
Actually,
those guys.
not Sanger. How about Gainesville? Hershey over Gainesville.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Coach Law has those guys. They haven't missed a beat with him being in charge, taking over for Coach Hedge. He had been a Coach Hedge assistant for numerous years, and like I said, they haven't missed a beat with him, and he has those guys playing. Basketball is all about catching your stride at the right time, and that's what the Hershey Huskies are seeming to do. And like you said, just like Burke, Hershey's been known to be a good basketball, program under Coach Hodge, and now Coach Law, he's keeping the trend, keeping the style the same, and obviously under his vision and under his tutelage, they're still the Hershey Huskies.
Yeah. Finish out the list. We got Winthor's boys at number 6. They took a loss to 14-ranked Nocona on Tuesday, so they may drop. Bowie, who has caught a little bit of fire, beaten Vernon, I think, last week, and then who did they play this week? I can't remember. Or Tuesday.
Vernon, I want to say
Bowie.
Bowie. Bowie
they
was
off?
off Tuesday night, and then they get to host Holiday, so that will be 1-2 standing wise in that district Friday night.
Bowie and Holiday.
Holiday is 5-0, and Bowie is 4-1.
Oh, wow.
Where's it at?
It is in Bowie.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so
Home team 5.5.
I guess I didn't realize that.
yes.
I think I did see that 4-1 for Bowie. So they're kind of surprised. They're kind of a surprising team right now in that district because, I mean, no offense to Bowie, but
Yeah.
it's,
Over under?
yeah, So we're gonna predict on the Bowie Holiday game.
8.5 for the home team.
Home team.
For the visitors, sorry.
Oh, you're giving the home team 8.5.
I'm giving the home 8.5. Yeah.
I'll take that. I mean, I'll still take that.
Come on, Jackrabbits.
Yeah, go Bojo.
Yeah.
They're the Bojo.
Oh, wow.
I asked the guy at the concession stand what that stood for, and I've already forgot.
Something Jackrabbit, something would be my guess.
Yeah. Somebody send in, please, and let us know what Bojo stands for. And Hero, too, while we're at it. Because
I got Hero.
what's that? Holiday Eagles roll on?
Roll on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But Eagles don't really roll.
I didn't get it either. I was like, and disappointed.
And Rojo is Ride On Honorable One.
Right on.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think that one might be the best.
Yeah.
I feel like growing up that Ryder had that first 4-letter acronym thing. And
Quanah's got one too.
Puha?
Puha? Yeah, I don't know what it stands for, but there's another school that's got a little.
So please, if you have a 4-letter acronym to hype up your team or what, I mean, I don't know what it's for, kind of like a saying, please send them in. We need to know them all. Also, if you have gear, look at how bare these walls are. This is the only disappointment in the whole podcast studio is that we didn't get anything put up on these walls, and I'm upset about it. But we did get a few things. We just didn't get them up. But again, absolutely need, or we need, Ryder stuff. We need Old High stuff, and we need Hershey stuff because we've got to keep that known. We're all part of that. We don't want that to disappear, obviously. We have Vernon, who took a loss to Holiday, took a tough loss to Bowie last week.
They had a tough schedule, but that district is tough week in and week out, or week in and week out. Every Tuesday and Friday, you got to come ready to play because, once again, the highs can't be too high and the lows can't be too low because you got to gear up and get ready again. So,
yep, definitely. Electra boys, I think they came up from number 10 from the previous week.
They came down from 7 the previous week.
Okay.
They took the loss to third ranked Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Yes.
Which was a tough drop for them.
Very tough.
But like we said, that's just how it worked that week. They lost at the wrong time. But that tells me they have plenty of time to make it back up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Iowa Park boys, who just lost to City View. We'll see what happens there with them. We'll go to the girls' side now. Are we ready for that?
Mm-hmm.
You want to go ahead and do some of that action?
Sure. So kind of like the boys, number one's no shock. It's the Nakona Lady Indians, headlined by 2 big names, Megan Meekins and Skylar Smith. I don't know how you could argue against that, So, and then currently number 2, we got the one, I didn't even realize this, 1-2 matchup. Tuesday night, the Windthorst Trojanettes, they sit at number 2. They moved up from number 3 over Holiday. So there's that. Number 3 in the rankings, Harold Hornets. They moved up from number 4. Y'all got anything to pitch in, or I'm just gonna keep rolling with this?
Just keep going, baby.
Keep rolling.
Let's
All
get
right. Number 4, the City View Mustangs. The big story from this week, we were at that game. They took down the Holiday Eagles, who I don't think they had lost a district game till that point.
That was Friday, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. I don't even know what day of the week it is half the time.
And it was on the road too at Holiday.
It was.
So that makes that win. I mean, that makes that win that much sweeter. Being on the road, beating that team, and we'll get into this later, but everything in that community and small school is dealing with right now with Coach Aldrich. So, like I said, we'll get into that. So, huge win.
Yeah, very big win
for the Lady
It was
Mustangs.
amazing. I mean, it was a good fight. I mean,
It was a great game.
It was an awesome game, and that's what you go for.
Yeah,
that was. I mean, we couldn't have predicted that. I don't think, but talking about a team that comes together at the right time and is hitting their stride. I mean, City View girls are just coming together, and let me tell you, man, Kyra Taylor is a lockdown defender. She's crazy. I mean, right there at the end, whenever Holiday had a chance to score and get right back within 2 points, locked down on Kenna Wood, did. Like, just completely locked her out. No foul, perfect defense, 1v1. Kenna didn't even get a shot. Like, I think she got a piece of the ball on the shot, and that was it. I mean, that one sequence was what basically sealed the deal, because I think it turned around, they got a foul, they got down, go shoot more free throws, and so. But yeah, Kyra Taylor, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
She's locking it down, lockdown defense.
For sure.
Yeah, a lot of great names on the court that night. Number 5, they stayed put at number 5, were the Lady Bulldogs from Burke Burnett. Number 6 was the Lady Eagles from Holiday. Obviously, as we just discussed, they took that tough loss to the City V Mustangs last Friday night. And there's that. At number 7, moving up, is Owl Park. One big name from that team I want to kind of shout out is, I hope I say this correctly, is it Rayleigh Hughes? Is that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I can't wait to watch her tomorrow night. Number 8, the Lady Lions of Vernon. Shout out to them as well too. They knocked off Holiday Tuesday night. That was a big upset in that district. Oh yeah, most definitely. And they get more bragging rights in that district. They play Owl Park tomorrow night, who's right ahead of them, so they can definitely prove a point of why they should move up in these rankings. Number 9 are the Jacksboro Tigerettes. They fell down from number 7 last week, and then entering the top 10 are the Electra Lady Tigers. So there's the top 10 girls-wise there.
Perfect. Yeah, and I mean, it's pretty awesome that we have all these teams here that are good. I mean, you're talking about Holiday. The new rankings came out. The Holiday boys are number 1 in state, I think. On the TGCA, that's the UIL rankings, right? I believe I saw that. I meant to tag you, but I wasn't sure.
The only ones I know of is the Association of Basketball Coaches. That's what I
TABC.
piggyback. Yes.
Yeah.
They're number 10 in that one, but it wouldn't shock me if they were number 1 in
And we'll get a stat check on that with our new hire.
Statistician.
Our new hire that's coming hopefully next week. Apply for real. We'll jump down straight to individuals. I mean, we're again, we got Keaton Bristow and the boys at top. I don't foresee him dropping. Kind of like the Holiday Eagles. Don't foresee him dropping unless something happens. You never know. He could have a string of 3 or 4 bad games, and Caden or William Jordan II comes up and just balls out. I don't know. But again, Keaton, man, so fun to watch.
Yes.
Like in this area, seeing dunks in games is not, you don't see that too much here. You go to Oklahoma City or Dallas, multiple.
Pretty rare.
But to see a dunk happen in a game, and that Keaton, I mean, Shaq said this. Whenever he used to dunk, he said he would be so mad at the rim. Like he just wanted to hurt the rim. And that's Keaton, man. He jams it down hard.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a big fan of it.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about, games that translate. He's a guy who games is going to translate. It doesn't matter what classification he plays at. I mean, he has the length, 6'8", arms get out wide. It's hard to get over him. I believe he plays at the top of their zone sometimes, and he's just a kid who you can tell his game. He's worked on it. He's worked on it a lot, obviously. The brother of Jalen Bristow. And so that family has some good genetics going around. But,
for sure.
I mean, it's not enough to just be a good player. He works at his craft and what he does, and you can tell, on the basketball court. And like I said, as good as a basketball player he is, he's selfless. He's a good teammate, and I'm sure a good leader for those Holiday Eagles. And he's one that, as a coach, you're glad to have. That's for sure. Makes your job a lot easier. Yeah,
for sure. And even I hear, that he's even a good kid.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'm hoping, that we get him in here as an early guest on the show. I mean, I'm a fan. I mean, I think we're all fans of I'm a fan of all the kids, but I mean, just some things you just get and it just feels man, that's it. Like that's what I want to see.
Maybe
that's
we can
what
get
I
him
to
announce his college decision on our show.
Oh, man.
That'd be, think about that.
Cat, we're here.
Yeah.
We can do it.
Yeah.
You're like the decision where he has all the hats
There
out.
you go. Yeah.
He puts this one on and takes this one off, and then does.
That
No, I
could be
want to
the- that could be
measure
the
him.
start
Though.
of something.
I want to. I'm gonna get. We're gonna get him in here. Keaton, you're coming, and we're gonna measure you, man, because there's a lot of talk. I mean, I think he's all of 6'7".
Yeah.
But somebody said
wingspan,
that he's grown. That he could be 6'9" right now. So I don't know.
he
I
has
mean,
to have like a 7'2", 7'3" wingspan.
yeah, he's a man. I mean, he's awesome. A big fan. Big summer. He had a big summer.
For sure.
Because I'll be honest, I saw him play last year multiple times and was, he wasn't there yet.
Mm-hmm.
But with this summer, I mean, I can't remember. I think he played with Pro Skills all summer. And, man, he had a huge summer.
And you can tell, just not even from a basketball skill standpoint, you can tell the maturation and the work that he's put in on his body, to take, physical punishment, and being able to hang on to the ball and get those and one opportunities. And so when he goes to the rack, he goes there with vengeance and malicious. Like you said, like Shaq, he's ready to tear the rim off. And if you don't want to be on a poster, you better get out the way because he's trying to dunk the ball on you.
Please, that'd be fun. As we know, Caden Reed, number 2. We could talk about all of these guys just as long as we talked about Keaton. Caden had a big summer.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen him grow right in front of us.
For sure.
And right now he's playing really good. He just controls that team. He's almost, to me, he's almost like a what's his name? Jokic.
Oh, I mean,
Because
that is a great comparison.
The ball goes through him as it should.
Yep.
And he makes the plays. And I mean, the kid's fun to watch. And, I'm not going to say anything else, but he's good. And there's a reason why he's number 2. Obviously, Ryder is in that tough district, taking some L's. But again, there's a reason why he's up there.
Yeah. Being the focal point of the Ryder basketball team and the tough district that he plays in is, that could not be a better comparison to Jokic as far as, he can dominate you in the post and he can step out and shoot the 3 ball. And like I said, he had against Saginaw, he almost had a 20-20 game. So that shows you kind of his dominance of the player he is. And he's another guy who this summer put in a ton of work on his body as well as the gym. And I can tell just from watching him last year compared to this year, he's able to go that extra mile, and we're getting him TB timeout breaks versus having to sub him out. But he's there for a reason, the guy who's worked on his game as well. So,
yeah, big fan. William Jordan II, from City View. I know that dating back to earlier in the season, they had a situation that has kind of made him, I think, step back a little with his game. But I mean, last night or Tuesday night, he had 26.
Mm-hmm.
And talking to his dad told me that he guarantees that they'll be one of the last teams playing. So I don't know if I was supposed to say that or not, but hey, honesty, baby, honesty. But I'd love to see it. I mean, they can do it. They got the pieces in City View. Desmond Whiteside's been playing amazing. They got 3-point shooters. They got, they got some length themselves.
And City View is another team just like Holiday. Like William Jordan's the leader, but those guys, like you said, Whiteside and the 3-point shooters that they can spread the ball around. And, Jordan has been in the spotlight for 4 years. He's had a good high school career. And once again, you give me a guy like that, we're going to ride him as far as he can take us. And so he's done a really good job in the maturation of his game, too, as a senior. So he's, once again, 6'6". I don't know where these kids are growing at, but 6'6", 6'7", and, get the rebound on one end, and here I go down on the other. I'm going to dunk on you, or you better move out the way, or I kick it to my guys for the open 3 ball.
Yeah, so Nolan, what about Aiden White?
Aiden White, I've watched him a couple times so far this year. I think he might be one of the best 3-point shooters I've seen. He's almost automatic every time he shoots it. In my opinion, or no, I'll just pass it on there.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll pass it on.
he works hard.
He does. He's a very good basketball player.
There's a reason why these kids are at the top of our list. I mean, these kids aren't just showing up to basketball
No.
practice during the day and a little bit after work.
Hours and hours of work.
Yeah. Aiden, I've seen personally grow up in the gym. That kid, there's only one kid I see in the gym more than him, and he's an 8th grader in Burke. I don't have to say his name. Everybody knows who I'm talking about. But Aiden is the real deal when it comes to shooting that 3 ball. If he gets hot, you're in trouble.
It's going to be a long night.
You are in trouble.
Especially with the up-tempo speed that Burke plays with. I mean, it may look a little hectic from the sideline, but they're getting the ball up and down, and they're trying to get they remind me of the Golden State Warriors. Small lineup, but that ball's moving, and they got shooters everywhere.
Yeah, they do, which leads us to the next player, Robert Ingram, the 3rd. Again, another Burke kid I've personally seen grow up. He's in the same class, him and Aiden, both in the same class as my daughter. And, I mean, they've been fun to watch.
Yeah.
And they just get better. And it's because they're working. Like, they don't stop working. And so, yeah, I mean, again, we can go on and on about all these kids. Desmond Whiteside comes in at number 6. We touched on him a little bit. He's really stepping up his game, playing good ball. They're going to be a tough team, City View down the stretch. Ozavian Buford transferred into Burke. His dad, I think his family's in the military. Another kid that can put up 30, 25 to 30 any given night. I mean, those big 3 right there in Burke they score double digits almost every night. And usually, if their score gets high enough, they got 20 point guys.
It's not just 10 points. Those guys are 15 plus, and if they all 3 get hot, it could be a 20-point night for all 3 of them, which is pretty much unheard of at high school. I mean, this very seldom do you have 3 guys who can shoot the lights out the way they do, and when they get hot, it makes it a long night for the opponent.
Yeah, that's for sure. Blake Vanderberg, number 8. We started a little back on him. We do apologize. We didn't get any information on him for a long time. And so he's slowly climbing up. I think he hit 2,000 points. So that's an awesome milestone.
Yes.
Heck, most people don't even score 1,000. I would say
500.
Yeah, 500 is hard to get to. But for 2,000, that's crazy. That's amazing. And he's been balling out. And he's a heck of a baseball player, too. Here.
Yeah, I think he's a stud pitcher. So
I've coached his sister. I know his dad pretty well. And I like those guys, man.
Yeah.
Blake's a good player
as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Number 9, Adarius Williams out of Vernon. We all know his dad and his vocalness, which we enjoy, by the way. Don't get us wrong, Darian. We love it.
Oh, yeah.
Final out the 10 with Jeremiah Murphy out of Electra. Big kid.
Yes. Very big.
Double-double.
Walking.
Another double-double kid, which is huge. I mean, he's led that team to a pretty successful season. And they probably have a deep playoff run inbound, which is good for them. On the sideline, we got Jim L. McFalls from Hershey, Jackson Stark out of Windthorst, Andrew Sandoff from Bowie, Ashton Berry and Holiday, and Julius Dawkins in Vernon. And, I mean, this is always the toughest part.
Yes.
Because there's so many good things that these guys do. And for us to, really get a good grasp on the individual rankings, it takes a long time. And we're not just throwing people out there for any reason. I mean, these kids have earned it. There's a reason why they're here.
They want to be recognized. Yeah.
Yeah. And, good for them. We haven't quite figured out what we want to do for these rankings, but there's got to be something. We're going to come up with something where these kids get some sort of recognition for being on our list, especially those that remained on the list the whole season or whatever the case may be. So pretty excited about that. I will start the girls with Megan Meekins. She's just like Bristow up on top. I mean, and I compared Caden to Jokic. I compare her almost to Luka because it almost is like she's not moving at full speed out there sometimes.
Flawless.
She just understands the game. And this goes back to whenever I had a 7th grade team and we were playing in the Nocona tournament in the summer, and that girl was an 8th grader, and we were playing against them. The first half, we were fine. You know, we up and down, but the score was pretty close. Second half, it was like Megan Meekins was like, no, we're not going to do this. And so I think, and we get to ask her about this, but I think she has another level that doesn't come out as much as it's going to need to. And she's got big aspirations. I talk with her. She's a great, a great player, great athlete, great student. Her mom, I spoke with her mom. So we're excited to have her in here. She's going to be the first guest on the show. She got voted in as the first guest. So that's awesome. We're excited to have her. But yeah, she's like Luka, man. She slows the game down to her speed almost. And if she wants to score, she's going to go score. And she makes pro moves.
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy because you go to high school games, you see the stuff from the boys, and you look at the girls, and a lot of times the girls are not there yet. You know, the girls, nothing against girls. I mean,
we have daughters.
Yeah, we're here to spread girls sports too because we love them. But Megan is just making pro moves.
Yeah.
It's crazy. She's going in, she's floating across the paint, just floating in the air and then releasing a late shot, which I mean, avoiding blocks, stuff like that. She's making pivot moves down in the paint as a point guard. I mean, it's just crazy. I love watching her play. I'm a big fan. But yeah, we're excited to have her in here. Yeah. And she's a heck of a player. She's approaching 2,000 points.
Some people are just built different, and she is one of those where it's like everything she do is just so flawless, and she makes it look easy. And when you go out there and maybe try to recreate that, it's like, how does she do those type things, But once again, consistency, and she's remained up there. The next level, as you mentioned, when are we going to see that? It could be the playoffs when they need. Hey, she may have to score 30, but she may have to go 10, 10, and 10. Whatever she needs, her team needs, that's what she's got to do, and that's why she's our number one player.
Yep. Nolan, you want to tackle a few?
Sure.
Get you in here so you don't fall asleep over there.
Yeah, sure. Number 2 on the girls list is Kylan Marks. Sorry if I mispronounce her name.
No, you're good. Kylan Marks.
I'm still learning names and everything. I kind of cannonball into this whole basketball coverage, so if I sound clueless, I'm sorry. But shout out to Coach Conway and Walker out at Harold for always getting me the stats I bug them for. But, I mean, I haven't seen her yet, but the stats I get from her are insane. I mean, she's putting up great numbers over there. I think she dropped 23 points the other night, and I want to say double-digit rebounds on Tuesday night. I mean, she seems like a great athlete. Y'all got anything on?
Oh, Kylan, again, coached her for a couple of years now. Amazing. I mean, she's a freshman.
She's a freshman.
Yeah, she's a freshman. Yeah, she's got another one with high expectations. I mean, we all have our own expectations of Kylan. She goes by Toots. And she's just amazing. I mean, there's a reason why she's number 2 on our rankings. With her numbers, she could easily be number 1 in any other rankings, but she'll be at top, and she's got that mentality. She's a killer.
Yeah. When
she smells blood on the court, if she notices you can't keep up, she's gone. She's getting points. That's it. She's got a sweet three-point shot. I mean, she's all around great player. I've been a big fan of hers for years. Finally got her to come play with us a couple years ago, thanks to her mom, Misty, but yeah, I mean, you can't say enough about her. And Big O, who will be here hopefully next time, big fan. I mean, she came from City View. They moved out to Harold with her dad's new position, and it was just
talking about a perfect storm out there in Harold.
I mean, Harold is going to be on the map. I mean, we could talk about Harold a lot because I know I've coached at least 3 of those girls on that team, and they're great athletes. I mean, you got Florea that could probably, if she wanted to, if she put a little bit more hard work into her vertical, she could dunk.
Oh yeah,
I'm not even kidding.
There's not. I'm sure
I've
she could
never
probably grab
seen
the rim if
anybody
she
jump
can.
as high as she can. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, go ahead. Who's number 3?
Number 3 from City View is Amari Brandon. Is that correct?
Emery.
Sorry. I'm sorry if I mispronounced
We're breaking
your
him in,
name.
guys. It's okay.
I'm not as good on the basketball coverage, but I'm trying to learn. She moved up from number 6 last week. My 2 cents I got throwing. She was one of those great names that was on the court whenever we went and watched City View and Holiday. She's a great scorer in my opinion. Every time she got the ball, she's a great shot maker. She drives real well. So
She's probably the most athletic female
she's very
in the
athletic.
area. State high jumper too. She's a state champion, I think. Have to fact check. If she's not a state champion, she's up there. She's went to state.
Went to state.
Number 4, Kenna Wood. Keep going, man. You're doing
She's
good.
she plays very hard, kind of like you were talking about Megan Meekin. She was diving after every ball. I don't even think she came off the court whenever we watched them play City View. She's a very hard player, and she was one of my 4 on my very first top performers list. She moved up from number 5 from last week. So, but yeah, she's definitely the leader of that Holiday Lady Eagles basketball team.
For sure. We'll go number 5. I'll do Taylor Fields from Burke. Like I said earlier, she's probably the MVP at this point, in my opinion. Just because you take these other girls off, you take Megan Meekins off Nakona, we still got Skylar Smith. You take Kylie Marks off Harold, you got Florea and Ayana, and the other girl, I forgot her name, sorry. You take Emmy off of City View, we still got Kyra Taylor and the point guard that they have there. You take Kenna Wood off Holiday, you still got Bella Timms, you still got Jordan Peters, you still got, multiple girls that can do that there. But you take Taylor off of Burke. I mean, we still got good girls. I mean, my daughter's on that team. We got Lindy, we got Jasmine, we got pieces, but it's just something about Taylor that she brings to that team that if you press them, they'll have trouble. Taylor's the only one that is extremely confident enough to say, hey, I'll get through the press, no worries. And that's, again, not a stab at anybody, any particular players. I coached almost all those girls on Burke, and I love them all. But that's just the fact. I mean, Taylor is like that. And that's just what it is. We'll go Iowa Park, Rayleigh Hughes. You get to see her next week.
Yes.
Or this
tomorrow
Friday.
night, yeah.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Yes. She was one of my top performers for this week. She put up 25 and 28, if I remember correctly, in the 2 games last week in that tough 3A district. I guess I'll see what she's all about tomorrow night. But she's obviously a very good player. I think she's the kind of like Kenna Wood. I said she's the leader of that Holiday team. Right? Rayleigh is definitely the leader of that Owl Park team.
And they're young.
Oh yeah, very young.
Iowa Park's young. So they've got exciting times coming. Skylar Smith out of Nakona, we done talked about her. Amazing. I mean, she's already committed and signed, I believe. Well, I don't know about signed, but she's committed.
I think she's committed. Yeah. East Texas Baptist.
Yes, in Marshall. Yeah, what a great 1-2 punch to have. I mean, we've talked about a couple, but 2 top 10.
Yeah, I mean, they are. They're good, and they're like that. They're that good. I mean, again, importance to team, and I'm not saying neither one of them is not important or more important to their team, but you take one off. I mean, they could easily be 1-2, 1-3, whatever. But I mean, I just think it's awesome. I mean, it's good for Nakona, and that's another team we expect a really long, deep playoff run from.
And their stats could probably be better without each other on the team.
Oh yeah,
but
they share the ball. They both have multiple assists.
Yeah,
I mean,
no selfishness between the two of them. There's no.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. We got exciting basketball coming up.
Yes,
I know I'm excited. I know you guys are excited. We'll finish out the top 10 here with Riley Wolf from Windthorst. Again, she's a good scorer. She's they got Cameron Belcher there, who is kind of like the the commander of the team. But Riley does her own part. She's the scorer.
Yeah.
I mean, she puts up
She's
a lot of
asked to
times. She's the
score.
highest points. She's got the most rebounds. So a very important part. Right after Riley's Cameron Belcher, who started the year up high. Her numbers have gone down a little bit, and so that's the reason for her slide. But another girl that could put them all up. I mean, if she wanted to, she could fill the stat sheet. Their coach is a great coach, Heather Schreiber Stark,
Yeah.
who some of you, most of you should know, one of the greatest college college players of all time. Right here out of Windthorst.
Right out of Windthorst.
And she does such a great job with them, and she's not one of those coaches to me that seems like she wants to run the score up. She's going to give the other girls an opportunity to go out and play. So, again, you look at their scores, you look at other teams' scores, and you're like, oh, well, they won by 500, but she's not going to do that. She's a
only had
very
6
respectable
points.
coach,
Yeah.
and she's not going to keep her stars in there playing, her best players in there playing all the time, which is great. Number 10, Kyra Taylor, who, if I have anything to do with it, it's going to move up this week because of her performance. She had 19 points in City View's game on Tuesday. So she's been balling. On the sideline, we got Laura Larkins, who is a double-double in Burke. I mean, another girl that transferred from the military. She's a junior, so hopefully we get to, she'll be here again next year. She's just coming around to it. She's just getting her feet under her. She told me, she said, I played basketball before, but it was like in Greece or Greece basketball. I don't know what that, I don't know the difference, but when she got here, she was a little raw.
Yeah.
But Coach January's done a great job with her. Her teammates have done a great job with her, and she's a double-double. And so she's coming up, and I anticipate her to keep moving up in the rankings. Florea Richardson, again, we talked about her. She could probably dunk if she really wanted to. I love her game. She hustles. She's fast as all get out. Heck of a volleyball player.
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy what they're doing. And again, it's so difficult to rate these girls in these individual player rankings because all of them could be on top 10. Everybody on this list could be, top 10
Oh, yeah.
or better. It's like it sucks because sometimes you can't put them where you want to be.
If we didn't have bona fide number ones in boys and girls, I mean, any of these people on our list at any point in time could be number one.
Yeah, exactly. And then Kamaria McBride from Vernon, she's starting to turn it on. We all knew what she was capable of. She's finally getting it together. She's scoring double digits the last few games. She led Vernon to a win over Holiday, which is huge for Vernon. I don't know the last time Vernon's beat Holiday or City View beaten Holiday.
Might call that an upset.
Yeah. Olivia Vandenberg. I'll let you touch on Olivia because, again, like I've coached Olivia. Awesome. I mean, she's a great multi-sport athlete.
Yeah. From what I heard, she's a heck of a softball player. I haven't seen her on the diamond, but on the basketball court, sister to Blake. I went blank. Blake from Old High, and I mean, just watching her, what you were saying, she's the catalyst of the Rider Raiders. As she goes, the Lady Raider goes. Excuse me, and I mean, calm, cool, collective with the ball in her hands. She can shoot it. She'll freeze you and get to the rack, and plays lockdown defense, and also gets her teammates involved. She's one who, if her shot's not falling, she's going to get her teammates involved and find a way to get to the line. So just watching her and getting to know her family and things of that nature, like obviously you can tell they have good genetics, but Liv, she's a good player, and like you said, she's multi-sport athlete and still young. And that Lady Raider team is a young basketball team who's once again trying to put it together just like the Lady Bulldogs, but Liv is the catalyst that gets them going. Yeah,
and like I said, I coached her in summer basketball for a few years, and man, those softball players, they're athletic. They're just, I mean, they're They're strong. They're
Yeah.
fearless.
And I'll say this: she has
And
a
they're
streak
very
to her.
hard to get away from softball.
Mm-hmm.
I had to beg her parents, her dad, multiple times to let her have me or let me have her for the weekend so we could go play, you know. She's awesome. I mean, she's a great player. All sports. To finalize on the sideline for the girls is Hayden Walker out of Jacksboro. Started off really hot. I haven't got to see her play lately, but she was injured the time that I was going to see that I got to see Jacksboro play. So I don't know if that injury got to her or not, but she's starting to turn back up. And she's, from what I understand, she's the leading scorer over in Jacksboro. So, and those Jacksboro, I mean, I'm not sure what happened to them. They're on a.
I think they're on a 3-game skid.
Yeah, they're
right
on a
now.
skid right now.
Yeah.
But they beat a lot of good teams early in the year. So, again, another coach I talked to, very good coach. She's going to get them back in the right direction. I know she will. I forgot her.
Is it
Valenzuela.
I can't
Sorry.
pronounce that at all.
Sorry
It's
about
throwing
that,
us
but
me.
yeah, she's a good coach. And I anticipate them making a turnaround in the second half of that round of district games. So, but yeah, so that completes our boy and girls top 10 rankings. Other than that, let's see. We have to start thinking about wrapping this up here. We touched on the girls IP versus Vernon game, which game day 940 is going to be in the flesh. In the boys Hershey Gainesville matchup, we predicted Hershey win, or at least I did. Quick note: our first guest next week is Megan Meekins. She took down Big Keaton Bristow in the vote. We're going to have to ask her.
Shout out the city of Nakona.
Yeah, Nakona came together.
Shout out both towns.
Yeah, for real. I mean,
for getting on there and voting. That was a pretty cool thing. And to see the communities of both those kids get involved and maybe friends and family members and friends of both those kids, like, that's really cool. And, you know, me and you both have daughters in high school. And I don't want to say I was biased, but I was hoping, you know, that she won. I mean, just from
I'll tell you, I'll be honest.
From a girl standpoint.
Yeah, I wanted her to be the first one.
Yeah.
For girl sports.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
For all, girl everything, know, so, but yeah, we're excited about that. Hopefully next week she'll be able to make it out here with her busy schedule. I mean, she's got, basketball and all that. Not to mention, she's a heck of a volleyball player too. Yeah. And we get to hear a little bit about that hopefully next week.
Oh, yeah.
A few important dates before we get out of here. We're wrapping up this first episode, which has been great. I mean, I feel like it's been good. A lot of fidgeting on the mic, a lot of, moving over, trying to make sure we're in the cameras and stuff.
We'll do better.
We will do better. Promise. Okay? Stick with us. Important dates coming up. OWE Spring Training Camp, March 11th through the 15th. Get with Coach Jay Gould about that. He's going to have a training camp. I believe it's probably going to be at his gym. And it's for all ages, I think, starting in second or third grade. So reach out to him for that. Our recruiting seminar that we're wanting to put together, led by a coach over here, Coach Hearn.
Yeah.
You want to touch on that just real quick?
I'll touch on that. The recruiting seminar, we're probably looking at a day in April. Right now, we are looking at maybe hosting it at Cityview. Big O's, who's not here today, he's looking at maybe getting that together over there in Cityview. And the recruit seminar it's going to be kind of what we've done in the past, or I've done in the past, is, just we want as many kids and parents out and try to just fill you with knowledge on how recruiting works. Our goal here at On the Sideline is to bring notoriety to all the kids here, and not only just the kids, but, give the parents some insight on what's going on. And so we'll be getting a confirmed date on that recruiting seminar, and hopefully have as many people and as many kids as we can have out there, and just try to fill you up with as much knowledge. I'll be the lead of that, and I'll have camps going out. And so, I mean, I'll cover. It'll be mostly football, but I'm gonna cover obviously recruiting as a student athlete as well. So basketball, baseball, ladies, everybody's invited. And if you got any questions for me afterwards, obviously you can ask me. So just a big deal. Just try to bring more knowledge to kids and parents about how recruiting and things work.
Yeah. And then another date to save would be the 940 All-Star basketball game. This is new. We're putting it together. We're going to do it. We talked about it. We've had visions of this for a couple of years now, but we're going to bring an all-star type environment to 940 for these kids. We're going to get some jerseys made for the kids.
They're sweet, by the way.
Yeah, they are. They are very sweet. So jerseys for the kids that make the roster. I think 3-point shooting contest, maybe a dunk contest. We're going to do it big, and it's going to take a lot of people to help out. So if there's anybody out there that really, this kind of thing, tickles your fancy or whatever, you want to get involved, like please just reach out to us, any of us. You can hit us at sidelinesports940@yahoo.com. You can reach out to any of us that are tagged or anything on Facebook or Instagram, TikTok, any of it. Just get with us. Say, hey, I want to get involved. We'll find something, especially if you're good stat checker. If you're pretty speedy on the Google. And then real quick before we leave, we just wanted to say something about Coach Aldrich. As you all know, he's battling a tough fight right now. And for his family and everybody involved, we would just want to say that, we're thinking of you. We hope that the community is continuing to pray for him and his family. We also plan on linking the GoFundMe account page to the description of the video. And hopefully, if you guys got a little bit of this or a little bit of that, you can give towards that. I mean, I haven't seen a community come together on such short notice like we've done recently. And it's an awesome thing to see. We were at the holiday game, and they took a donation at halftime. And then Holiday Booster Club matched the donation 100%. So the people in the stands gave $3,000 that night. Holiday Booster Club matched the $3,000. That's amazing. I mean, and now, we've got multiple teams taking the bucket around. So if you're in the area, you're at the game, whatever, GoFundMe account, put some money in the bucket, whatever you can do for Coach Aldrich and his family. And again, from online or on the sideline, we're praying for you. And if you guys need anything, you let us know. Okay. And yeah, so do you guys got anything else? I mean, we've definitely gone over our time limit, which again, we'll get better at. But yeah, I think this has been a success. Thank you guys for coming and being on. Hopefully we get at least 1 or 2 viewers.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to episode 2 with our first guest. I'm really looking forward to that. She's going to bring some punch, and we'll probably have the whole city of Nakona watching.
Oh, yeah. It'll be great. We love that.
Yeah.
We love it. All right, guys. Take care. I hope you guys have a good night, and keep an eye out for the rankings. They're coming soon. Oh, P.S. Softball rankings are coming out. Preseason softball rankings are coming out soon. Very soon. All right. Thank you, guys. We're out.
See ya.